some deep, slow, quiet, even breaths. Make them deep, make them slow, make them quiet, make them even. You know from years of doing strong Qigong, that's your forebrain talking to your brain stem, your autonomic nervous system, and saying, let's adjust the cruise control down, let's slow it down. As we continue to breathe in this manner, we're tipping the autonomic nervous system towards rest and digest in the brain stem. We're saying, let's dilate blood vessels, let's lower heart rate, let's slow and lower blood pressure. All of that's going on with those deep, slow, quiet, even breaths. Then we get into the breath cycle. We know in strong Qigong, the key to taking a deep breath isn't how much we draw in through the nose. The key is how much we blow out from the mouth. Our rib cage is a bellows. We have all of these muscles through the rib cage called intercostals. And as we exhale, at the bottom of every breath cycle, we squeeze a little more air out. And we make that exhale longer than the inhale. That deepens the quieting. And so as you continue through pursed lips, blowing through a straw, you extend every exhale. And finally, we use this visualization to get our midbrain to release more dopamine. It's called sharpening the mind's eye on the stone of the breath. So if you can do so comfortably with eyes closed, invite them to close. If you want to just gently cross them to make your peripheral vision open, you can do that too. But with every exhale, you extend it, make it longer, slower, deeper, and silent. And every inhale through the nose, you start to see your breath and your mind's eye as the sharpening of a samurai sword. With every inhale, you're drawing that sword across the stone of your breath, tip to one side. Then you tip the blade, and as you exhale, you push it from you. So with every inhale, you draw it to you. With every exhale, you push it from you. You focus your mind where it meets the stone of the breath, that infinitesimal point that you're sharpening. As you continue to use this visualization, we finish up, as always, with the flipping of the blade, the poles of the breath, where out-breath changes to in-breath, and in-breath changes back to out-breath. Focus your mind on that fleeting moment. It's infinitesimal. You can't find it, but you can seek it. And this is telling your midbrain, release more dopamine. Dopamine is the pursuit molecule, not the goal molecule, but the pursuit molecule. And this sharpens your mind's eye on the stone of your breath. And after a few more breaths in this manner, when you feel comfortable doing so, invite your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open, just as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We're ready now. We'll begin with our warm-ups, the Upper Dantian. We'll let our head float like a balloon as we inhale up. And as we exhale, we purse lips, let air out of the balloon slowly as you've been doing before. And when your chin drops to your chest, inhale and sweep one ear past one shoulder. Exhale and sweep across opposite ear past opposite shoulder. Exhale through pursed lips across and inhale ear past shoulder. Rock from side to side. Get your inner ear calibrated with your diaphragm, your phrenic nerve with your vagus nerve. Everything, those rolling around, those little otoliths in the semicircular canals of the inner ear. This is what sets your vestibular system into rhythm. Your interoception, your proprioception, you're getting your body tuned in the upper dantian. And on your next exhale, you can pause your chin at your chest. Inhale your chin back upright. As we engage the middle dantian, our shoulder blades, we begin to loop them forward and upward with every inhale. We squeeze them downward and backward with every exhale. And we continue to loop with every inhale, squeeze with every exhale. Continue to loop forward and upward and squeeze downward and backward. The next time your shoulders drop, cross wrists with gentle fists. Begin to row your boat across your moonlit night, across your Lake Junaluska. Inhale and rise, exhale and fall. And if your knees want to join in like mine do, just invite them to do so. Inhale, exhale down. And then when you're ready, the next time the hands drop, open palms and make a big inhale, exhale down with the arms. Crossing, inhale up and exhale down. Beautifully done. We are warming up the middle dantian after warming up the upper dantian. The next time your hands drop, you can cross wrists again and row your boat back to shore. Inhaling, exhaling down. Beautifully done. And then finish where you started. You can relax your arms and just loop those shoulder blades forward and upward. Squeeze downward and backward. Beautifully done. Next time those shoulders drop, you can pause. You can turn towards one palm and begin to scoop and toss behind you from side to side. Invite your eyes to follow your hand to follow your breath to follow your mind. Beautifully done. As you scoop and toss from side to side, go back to rowing one time at it and the other. So the elbow loops from side to side. Well done. And after you've rowed from side to side, you get back into the shoulder blades and you loop them from side to side and let it carry your weight from one foot to the other, turning your trunk, shifting your weight, rocking your little boat on your moonlit night on your placid Lake Junaluska. As you continue to do so, realize you can go whenever you decide to right into the classic warm-up of ragdoll, letting the arms flail from side to side as you use the momentum of your shifting weight and your turning trunk. And from ragdoll warm-up, you can go into the other classic known as pellet drum. Use that momentum to begin to slap or tap the top of the opposite shoulder. Let the backhand tap against the low back or hip. Wherever it winds up is fine. From the top of the shoulder, work to the top of the chest, up around the collarbone, slapping or tapping, as sharp or as gentle as you feel you need today. And after you've done the top of the chest, drop to the bottom of the rib cage. Those floating ribs just below the rib cage. After you've done the floating ribs, you can let the hands drift down to slap or tap the hips. And we've got the upper dantian and the middle dantian warmed up, the cauldron of the head, the cauldron of the heart. And as we do so, we work into the lower dantian. So when you're ready, let your hands float to your hips and begin the big looping hula hoops. Oh man, do I need this. We call this stirring the bowl. We loop big old circles. Make them as big as you can comfortably. All you need to do is focus on deep, slow, quiet, even breaths. And after you've done so, invite yourself to pause and unwind what you've wound, loop in the opposite direction. Beautifully done. As best you can, Alan, just do what feels right today. Loop the hips in both directions. And after you've done so, you can invite your center of gravity to settle now within your base of support. When you're ready, step a little further if you can comfortably, and drop into horse stance. You can decide how high or how low, whatever feels comfortable. And we do the great bear swings. We take a deep breath in. As we purse lips to exhale, we turn our shoulders and sweep across. We inhale to rise and pause, and exhale, turn shoulders, sweep across, resting our hands comfortably on our thighs wherever they wind up. Beautifully done. After you've done a few of the great bear swings from side to side, on your next exhale, invite yourself to pause in the middle, inhale the trunk back up, and begin to shift weight on the figure eight, letting the hips lead the way. So round each corner as you change direction. Your dantian are lined up atop one another in a nice resting move. Beautifully done. Shifting weight on a figure 8. And after you've done so in each direction, settle back into the middle, shift weight to one foot and raise the opposite toe. Then sweep across, shift weight to the other toe. Sweep from side to side, as comfortable as you feel. Rocking from side to side, raising the toe on each side. Energizing the lower portion of the kinetic chain. And on your next exhale, simply pause into the middle, return to your comfortable center stance. Shift weight to one foot, raise the heel, loop the knee. Let it all drain, all this energy you've warmed up through your 3 Dantian, down the foot and into the earth. Whichever direction you chose, simply pause and loop in the opposite direction. Then invite yourself to shift to that foot, do the same. Loop the knee, drain the energy into the earth. Whichever direction you chose, pause and unwind what you've wound. Well done. Now invite your center of gravity to settle within your base of support. All that's left are wrists, hands, and forearms. Roll the wrists as they drop down, soften the knees. Roll the wrist as they float up, let the knees float. Exhale down with knees and hands, inhale and rise. With knees and hands following your breath. As you continue to breathe in this manner, we go into our next visualization, the classic known as cleansing the inner body. So if you can do so with eyes closed, invite them to close and use the full power of your upper dantian, the full power of your mind's eye center, the one you sharpened on the stone of the breath. And as you continue, use the classic visualization with every inhale. As the palms rise, glowing mist forms in the core of the earth, rises through the soles of the feet, up through the trillions of cells of your inner body, to collect in your upper dantian, your mind's eye center. And as you exhale and the wrists roll and the palms float down, you imagine in the mind's eye center that glowing mist formed a glowing cloud, that glowing cloud formed a glowing rain, that glowing rain washes down those trillions of cells back through the soles of the feet and back into the earth. So this cleansing the inner body is a visualization, a classic one. With every inhale, a glowing mist rises. With every exhale, a glowing rain falls. And it's a classic preparation in Qigong for all that follows. So the next time your hands rise, invite them to pause into our meditative stance, hugging the tree. As we hug the tree, we use this portion to take inventory of our alignment with long neck and light head floating upward to the sky. Our heavy shoulders, our heavy tail melt downward towards the earth. They stretch in opposite directions with every breath. This is the string of pearls breathing in the ancient Asian literature. As we continue to breathe in this manner, stand like tree, we take inventory of our alignment. With long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt downward. With every breath, the spine gently stretches as our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak on a mountaintop here in the Blue Ridge. And those 3 energy centers we warmed up are standing peacefully on one another, resting as if we carefully gathered, balanced and stacked 3 smooth river rocks on life's river's edge, warming in the sun. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of the chi we stirred. We see the dance in our mind's eye. We choose our favorites. Warming with all of the neck rolls, the shoulder rolls, the hip rolls. We feel it all coursing through us. And if our eyes are closed, we enjoy this inward show as our hands take a slow, gentle journey downward till our thumbs cross over our belly button and our folded fingers warm comfortably on the lower dantian, the seat of qi energy, the cauldron of the body. Through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw, we blow on the embers of the cauldron of the body, and we delight as the embers respond and grow brighter and brighter with each extended exhale. And with each deep ensuing inhale, we draw the light upward and outward. And we begin blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, the middle dantian, the seat of compassion and emotion. We blow on the embers of both cauldrons, filling our inner galaxy with light again, spilling beyond our inner galaxy and bathing the space between us with light, warm, silken qi energy. And if you're so inclined, use your mind's inner voice to say to yourself, may my body be strong. May my heart be calm. If eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment longer as your hands begin to melt to your side, only inviting your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open just as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We step into the center of our little boat. The hand on this side of your room or screen makes a fist that floats before the heart. The hand on this side covers it, and together we take a deep breath in to straighten. We slowly exhale and bow to one another in a gesture of mutual respect. When we inhale ourselves back upright in gratitude for this tradition, we exhale and our hands melt down. When we inhale again, we inhale those Lao Gong points about an inch apart and slowly, deliberately exhale down our center line, centering the qi where we begin and end each class together. We do another one. This time we bring those Lao Gong points together and we exhale to the heart center, the middle dantian, as the Shaolin do. Where we inhale, elbows rise and wrists straighten. When we exhale, the hands melt down. We're ready. We step into the center of our little boat on our moonlit night again. And this time, when we inhale the Lao Gong points an inch or so apart, we exhale and invite the knees to rise and fall in concert with our breath. Knees and hands float, knees and hands melt, known as sinking the qi. The seminal movement we return to again and again to find our alignment, realizing we decide how high we reach and how low we go. Our only goal is to keep those three energy centers resting peacefully on one another, warming in the sun. Beautifully done. The next time the hands flare out to shoulder height, invite them to pause there and let the hand on this side embrace moon as the opposite hand cups like so. When we inhale, we rise. When we exhale, we fall and we embrace moon. Today's class will involve embracing moon throughout. So we're going to do some of our classics. We hope you enjoy. Beautifully done. Embracing the moon. Rising and falling with the breath. Well done. Roll and rise. Sink and fall. And on this next one, invite yourself to pause at the bottom. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, exhale this elbow past this knee. Inhale the lower hand up, exhale its elbow past this knee. Continue in this manner. And if you can, gaze deeply into the palm as it passes your field of vision. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this waving hands like clouds, a classic in Tai Chi. You can lead with the elbow like I was taught, but you can also lead with the thumb like so. So play with different movements. You can lead with your thumb from side to side. You simply gaze into the palm of the outstretched hand as you rock your little boat on your moonlit night on your placid Lake Junaluska. Beautifully done. And from waving hands like clouds, one of the Tai Chi classics, in a moment, I'm going to ask you to return to center and embrace moon. So if you feel comfortable, pause and embrace moon. Now, this lower hand is going into, we're going to do parting the wild horse's mane. So this lower hand begins to open a veil, like so, like a gentle curtain. You're simply pushing open. As you loop back, and you notice you shift weight as you do so. Beautifully done. We're going to do this in stages as always. So as we continue this looping, you notice we return to embrace moon over this foot and then open the veil over the other foot. When you feel comfortable doing so on your next return, you can engage the upper hand and begin to push down. And then return to embrace moon over this foot, push down again. Beautifully done. Now, to work the breath work in, you inhale to return and embrace moon, and then exhale as you loop out, parting the wild horse's mane. The last segment is footwork. So this hand and foot that goes out to the side, the next time you return, feel free to bring that foot back into toe stance as you embrace moon, and then bow stance as you part the wild horse's mane. So inhale to center, to toe stance, exhale to side in bow stance. Beautifully done. Now you are doing parting the wild horse's mane, and use your eyes to follow your hand, and your hand to follow your breath, and your breath to follow your mind. Parting the wild horse's mane. Beautifully done. Now, on your next return to embrace moon, invite yourself to pause. Return to your comfortable center stance, embracing moon. This lower hand is now going to rise to the sky and then return back to embrace moon. Rise to the sky and embrace moon. You can invite your eyes to follow your hand. Notice how you're rocking from side to side. In a moment, we're going to involve the opposite toe. We're going to ask it to tap toe as the hand rises, like so. Tap toe, and then return to embrace moon. Tap toe, and embrace moon. Finally, on your next tap toe, push down with the upper hand. Pushing down, and then return to embrace moon. Do it again. Push down and embrace moon. Now, to complete it is the breath work. So if you're comfortable, you inhale back and embrace moon. Exhale, tap toe. You're performing the white crane spreads its wings. One of the Tai Chi classics. A lot of Tai Chi today, friends. Beautifully done. White crane spreads its wings. Make your transition smooth and silky. As David Dorian Ross taught me, the art isn't in the final pose. The art is the movement between the poses. Make it smooth, silky. Inhaling, beautifully done. Exhaling, tap toe. The white crane spreads its wings. We'll finish up today's series by returning to our embracing the moon. So you can pause. For one of my favorites, the oldest, one of the ones I first learned from David Dorian Ross on his DVD, Mixing Qi in the Cauldron of the Body. We take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we push down our center line and turn our gaze towards the opposite palm. We then inhale that to center. We push down and turn our gaze to the opposite palm, and we continue from side to side, always inhaling to center, always exhaling to side. Beautifully done. This is mixing chi in the cauldron of the body. This was the first one I felt. I remember practicing along with David Dorian Ross's DVDs. Whenever I got to this one, I felt something stirring. And that's why I love it so much. And I hope you do as well. As you inhale to heart, you exhale to side. You gaze into that palm as it collects chi energy to your heart, and you push it down into the lower dantian. Beautifully done. On your next one, you can pause. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let your palms drop. Inhale them overhead and sink your chi. Continue. Rise with the breath. Fall with the breath. Beautifully done. Floating and melting in concert with the breath, in harmony with each other. The next time your hands flare out to the side, once they're shoulder height, find your alignment and stand like tree. So with long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt downward. And with each breath, our spine gently pulls in opposite directions, and string of pearls breathing. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in that firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak on a mountaintop in the Blue Ridge. Our three energy centers rest peacefully on one another, as if we carefully gathered, balanced, and stacked three smooth river rocks on life's river's edge. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of the chi we stirred today, and boy did we stir it. We embraced the moon. We waved hands like clouds. We parted the wild horse's mane. We mixed chi in the cauldron of the body. Tai Chi today, and with long, slow, deep, silent breaths, if eyes are closed, we enjoy it as we see this beautiful inward show, as our hands take the final, slow journey downward, till thumbs cross over the belly button, folded fingers resume warming on the cauldron of the body, as we resume blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body. Filling the inner galaxy with light, we draw the light upward and outward as the embers respond. Finally, we blow on the embers in gratitude, the cauldron of the mind, the home of this beautiful inward show. Blow on the embers of all three cauldrons, filling the inner galaxy with light one more time, spilling beyond the inner galaxy, bathing the space between us one more time, spilling beyond the space between us, bathing the world around us, spilling beyond the world around us and bathing life itself with light, warm, silken chi energy. And if you're so inclined, invite your mind's voice to say silently to yourself, may my body stay strong. May my heart stay calm. May my mind stay sharp. May my spirit stay free. Yi Dao Qi Dao means where the mind goes, Qi follows. So choose wisely, choose peacefully, choose deliberately. And if eyes are closed, enjoy it a moment or two longer as your hands melt to your side, only inviting your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open, just as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We step back into the center of our little boat on Lake Junaluska. Slowly and deliberately inhale the Lao Gong points an inch or so apart. Just as slowly and deliberately exhale down your center line, centering your chi one final time as promised. Let the hand on this side of the room or screen make the gentle fist. The hand on this side cover it, and together we take a deep breath in to straighten. We slowly exhale and bow, and you give yourself a much-earned, much-deserved round of applause for being the light you've made in the world today. Thank you, thank you, thank